Good afternoon, Professor Walker. In regards to your VR, you wanted British or English literature. Something good, something worthwhile. And I asked if I could, in the hopes of gaining a pipe from Ian, give you something from a different Ian, to which you said was okay. Hopefully it still is. Hopefully this comes in early enough. With not much further ado, I present an excerpt from one of my favorite books by Ian Fleming. And I thought about giving you Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, which also he wrote. But I decided I would just give it like this. Reflections in a Double Bourbon. James Bond, with 2 double bourbons inside him, sat in the final departure lounge of Miami Airport and thought about life and death. It was a part of his profession to kill people. He had never liked doing it. And when he had to kill, he did it as well as he knew how and forgot about it. As a secret agent who carried the rare 00 prefix, the license to kill in the Secret Service, it was his duty to be cool about death as a surgeon. If it happened, it happened. Regret was unprofessional. Worse, it was death. Watch the beetle in the soul. And yet there had been something curiously impressive about the death of the Mexican. It wasn't that he hadn't deserved his die. He was an evil man. A man they call in Mexico capyungo. A capyungo is a bandit who will kill for as little as 40 pesos, which is about 25 shillings. Probably less now. Though probably he had been paid more to attempt the killing of Bond. And from the look of him, he had been an instrument of pain and misery all of his life. Yet it had certainly been time for him to die. But when Bond had killed him less than 24 hours before, life had gone out of the body so quickly, so utterly, that Bond had almost seen it come out of his mouth as it does in the shape of a bird in Haitian primitives. What an extraordinary difference there was between a body full of person and a body that was empty. Now there is someone, now there is no one. This had been a Mexican with a name and an address, an employment card, and perhaps a driving license. Then something had gone out of him, out of the envelope of flesh and cheap clothes, and had left him an empty paper bag waiting for the dust cart. And the difference, the thing that had gone out of the stinking Mexican bandit, was greater than all Mexico. Bond looked down at the weapon that had done it. The cutting edge in his right hand was swollen and red. It would soon show a bruise. Bond flexed the hand, kneading it with his left. He had been doing the same thing at intervals through the quick plane trip that had got him away. It was a painful process, but if he kept the circulation moving, the hand would heal more quickly. One couldn't tell how soon the weapon would be needed again. Cynicism gathered at the corners of Bond's mouth. National Airlines, Airline of the Stars, announces the departure for the flight NA-106 to LaGuardia Field, New York. With all passengers, please proceed to the gate number 7. All aboard, please. I'm going to stop there. Mostly because I could read this on and on for quite some time. This was one of Ian Fleming's works that revolves primarily in the United States. Ian Fleming had an interesting special ability. It made most every red-blooded American male want to be a British citizen and to possibly be James Bond. As children, we grew up knowing that to be cool as Connery, to be Sir Roger Moore, and to be able to hang with the Bond girls was something we all desired in life. It's sad that he only had 14 books in the Bond series and that he passed. But Ian Fleming, an unknown philosopher, for lack of better terminology, he made it cool to be a man's man, to drink your bourbon, to smoke a cigar or a pipe, to shoot guns. And he did it all while being proud of Britain. And he did it all in the guise of someone who was British. Ian Fleming, I salute you, sir. Thank you very much for such great entertainment. If you'd like to read more of this particular book, you'll be looking for Goldfinger. Just one of my personal favorites. And it brought one of the best Bond villain lines of all time. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. And I hope I win. Have a good one, Kurt. Talk to you soon.